This broadcast is self-explanatory. We're the weakest man, Amaewhule, the 27 House of Assembly members of Rivers State that continue to dance to the dictates of Wike and the Nigeria judiciary. Judiciary. The same one that is in the pocket of Wike has delivered another judgment to withhold the Rivers State's allocation, be it local government or state allocation, until the case is determined by the courts. So Amaewhule, the 27 House of Assembly members that decamped to APC in order to fight Fubara. You know the story. So they were in court where the court said, no, they did not decamp. Therefore, their seat is not vacant. Then they went back again to say Fubara is operating with just 3 House of Assembly members that passed the 2024 budget for Fubara. That, according to them, is illegal because the majority of the House of Assembly members are with Wike. So because of this, Fubara must represent the 2024 budget to them for deliberation. And just to give you the backstory, okay, it all started from November 2023 when whatever the deal between Wike and Fubara, whatever the deal was, collapsed. And these loyal House of Assembly members, in fact, put it this way, the governor, the deputy governor, the House of Assembly members, the National Assembly members from Rivers State, all of them, their form that they used in contesting for these positions were bought by Wike. It was the Wike that bought the House of Assembly form for them. It was the one who bought the governorship form for Fubara. Is the one who also bought the National Assembly forms for all the National Assembly members. They were all meant to do his bidding. So whatever the deal was, Fubara reneged. And because Fubara reneged on that agreement, Wike activated the House of Assembly to prepare and get ready to remove Fubara, impeach him. So what then happened was that not all of them followed Wike. Yeah, not all of them. About 4 of them decided to stay with Fubara, okay, including a Labour Party House of Assembly member, I think, right? Decided to stay with Fubara. While 27 others, plus the speaker, decided to go with Wike, so the house divided. So with Wike having the majority, right, they now made a mistake, a very, very grave mistake. But Nigeria is a lawless place. That mistake is probably not recognized by their law as we speak. So the mistake was that they decamped to APC. Yeah, they decamped when they shouldn't, right? They claimed that PDP was in crisis at the national level, but it wasn't. So Fubara now took advantage of that error by then declaring their seats vacant. So they went back to court. And you know that before Wike left the government house in Rivers State, Wike spent over 6 billion naira building houses, buying cars for judges. This is his own modus operandi. For those who know him very well, just make sure that you have the judiciary on your side and you can get any court judgment anytime, any day, whenever you want. So immediately Wike became ex-governor, he lost that control of that rivers, but he became a minister in Abuja. And he started it all over again by trying to bring the judiciary to his side, right? He's been buying them cars. Well, Tinubu has increased their salary. They've been buying them cars. And he, Wike, is spending over 200 billion naira to build houses for judges in Abuja. He is also a light bencher meaning is a member of the judicial, whatever is called the life benchers, right? So it's like a court group, kind of like that, okay? So he enjoyed their support, especially outside Rivers now, because Fubara seems to have replaced him in Rivers already. So using the Abuja judges against his own state seems not far-fetched as we speak. So Wike never loses in court, especially where he has the judiciary under his arm or armpit, so to say. So you see this 27 House of Assembly, they went to Federal High Court, and the judges there said they did not decamp. Therefore, nobody should declare their seat vacant. INEC cannot conduct election to their seat, and this emboldened them. But Fubara is not dealing with them. Like, he's not relating with them anymore. He's not paying their salaries, not giving them anything. They are now being funded by Wike. So part of their plan, which is still coming up soon, is to impeach Fubara. They are going to impeach him. They're going to announce that they've impeached him. So when judgment comes from River State, Fubara will obey that. Or anything outside the River State is none of his business, like this one. So they went to court that they have been reinstated. And Fubara was like, well, that is to your house, not here. I'm not dealing with you. So they also came back, they went to court, and the court, another judge in Abuja ordered that Fubara must resubmit the 2024 budget. Here you get. So like I was giving you the background earlier, okay? So when they decamped in December 2023, and Fubara took the advantage, then Tifnubu intervened by calling a resolution meeting, and he ordered Fubara and others to maintain status quo. So these guys went on to say they are taking all the constitutional power of Fubara, okay? Powers like, his power to be able to appoint caretaker chairman for local government. They took that away from him. And they said, by the power vested in them as House of Assembly, they have extended the tenure of local government chairman. That's also the second part of the crisis. The tenure of the local government chairman was coming to an end. And in fact, it came to an end sometimes in May. So these guys now said they have extended, because all the local government chairmen, they are loyal to Wike as well. So the Amaewhule guys decided to extend their tenure for 6 months, since Fubara, according to them, does not have the power to conduct local government election until Oga says so. Oga is Wike in Abuja. Here you get. But Fubara damned the whole thing, damned them, and damned their consequences and all that. And he conducted his local government election or selection, Rabbi. Meanwhile, the Amaewhule's House of Assembly guys, they have become like internally displaced politicians in and out of River States, okay? So they're just like back and forth. So they now went to court, where the courts in Abuja ordered Fubara to go and resubmit the 2024 appropriation bill to them so that they can pass it. And Fubara was like, no, these guys are no longer House of Assembly members in River State. Therefore, I'm not going to deal with them. So since Fubara did not honor that, they now gave him a warning last week that they have the power to impeach him, but that is going to be the last thing they want to do, which is going to be the last thing that probably will lead there to a state of emergency in River State very soon, okay? So in order to possibly destroy him and destroy the state, they went to court initially to stop the local government election, because according to the Supreme Court, right, any state that failed to conduct local government election, right, they must not be given allocation, local government allocation. So they went to court and said there should not be any election in River State, okay? And if there is none, River State won't be able to collect their allocations for local government areas. Salaries of local government workers contractors at the local government level, and all other financial commitments at the local government level will become, stalled. So Fubara breached that. Now these guys are back in court, where one judge, what's her name again? Let me go look at her name. There's one judge. Her name is her name is Joyce Abdulmalik of the Federal High Court, Abuja, ruled this morning that the Central Bank of Nigeria should freeze all allocations meant for river states, be it local government or be it state allocation. Or every allocation meant for river states must be freezed from this moment until the case is over. So which means Fubara will need to go and appeal this judgment. And until then, and let me tell you something, he can't win. Because this is Federal High Court. If he goes to appeal court, it's going to be the Federal Appeal Court. And then from there, maybe Supreme Court. Here, Supreme Court, maybe say the Chief Justice of Nigeria right now, was the one that went to a place that where the wicked demolished people's houses. Then took over people's lands to build judges' quarters, houses for judges in Nigeria. Do you think that Chief Justice, who knows that that is ethically wrong, is the one that is now going to give the judgment in favor of Fubara? It is all over there, right? So what that means then is this. River State will not receive allocation until further notice. Local government will not receive allocation because, you see, the money is coming from the federal and they will be in court maybe for months. In the process, Fubara would have to look for means of paying the salaries of the River State workers. He will have to look for means of paying the local government workers, all because of Wike ego that got bruised. So illegality versus illegality is what the River State people are now being punished for, all because Fubara did not fulfill whatever dubious, fraudulent, criminal arrangements that Wike put in place. 30% of River State allocation was said to have been agreed upon will be paid to Wike to maintain their political structure. Before now, many people in River State have been speaking on the side of Fubara. People like Asari Doku Dump. Asari said if they try to bring Fubara down or remove Fubara, there will be a problem in River State. Well, it seems that that problem is about to start. Others have said, if Wike continues to sabotage Rivers people because of his whatever political disagreement with Fubara, Nigeria will pay, because they believe that Tifnumbu is systematically empowering Wike to do all of this. And remember, apart from Bayelsa, River State also contributes at least over 40% of the oil exploration that Nigeria is making every day. So we probably will begin to witness pipeline burst, vandalism, bombing of some oil installation and all that, because they've said it. They have said it that they will cripple Nigeria if Wike is not called to order. They will cripple Nigeria economically because, number one, I don't know if this crude oil of a thing is still beneficial to Nigeria, because from my own findings, right, if you ask the NNPCL, NNPC, how much have they remitted to Nigeria Treasury from the sale of crude oil since January this year, you will realize that it is almost zero. Yes. I have been trying to get a figure. Say, okay, if Nigeria is making 1.3 million barrels of crude oil every day, that means Nigeria collecting about 40% royalty on that. That's a lot of money. So Nigeria should be having tens of billions of dollars every month. And now, I mean, what is the 40% of 1.3, 1.4 million barrels a day? What's the 40% of that? Divide it into 3, and then so okay, roughly, you can say it's about 4 or 500 million. 500,000 barrels a day. Abi, that's 1.5 million. No, 5. That's 15 million. That's about 15 million barrels every month that Nigeria should be cashing out. Multiply 15 million times $70. Don't worry, that's a lot of money, Sure you get 15 million times $70. That's a lot of money. But if you ask them today, how much has Nigeria made from crude oil sale? NNPC has not remitted any money per se. The last time we checked, they said that NNPC didn't remit any shishi in 2023. They did not remit a dime from January to September 2023. No dime was remitted, no traces of anything. So this year, from January to June, to half of this year, there's no record of how much NNPC remitted from the sale of crude oil in Nigeria. So I don't know if shutting down the oil, because they said it, if Wike continues this madness against the Rivers people and Tinubu continue to indulge him or continue to kind of like protect him, Nigeria will pay. So now that they've put a stop to your allocation, so what should we be expecting? Well, because right now, their IGR in Rivers State, where Wike was their governor, so to say, their IGR in a year is less than 100 billion naira. And this is a state that gets over 60 to 63% of their funding from the federal, including the 13% derivation formula that they pay to them as oil producing states. So all this money from central bank will now stop. So what's going to be next? What is going to be next? That's the question I'm asking myself. That is something that I am like, politicians don't really care, so to say, because they know the intention is to make sure that the state is economically crippled, financially crippled, so that the people of the state can turn against Fubara. But it is not working. It's actually going to make people hate Wike more, in my own opinion, no? Because the Amaewhule and his gang, right? They've sort of they've misfired from the start. Then Fubara himself, who is now acting like he's on the side of the people, no, is being part and parcel of Wike's looting gang. So whatever it is, I have said this before, whatever it is their debt agreement was, there is no better time for Fubara to tell the whole world. Here you get, tell everybody what's really happening. I know that he himself, as a criminal, that's a Fubara, right? He helped Wike to loot over 1.4 trillion naira from Rivers State. There is a record for that. From that 1.4 trillion naira they looted from Rivers State, he knows where the bodies are buried. His name and his signature is almost on every penny stolen from Rivers State. He helped Wike to process the money. He knows where the bodies are buried. There's no better time like to tell the people like, oh, this is what is going on, this is what happened. Rivers people, this is why you are facing this. People deserve to know. When you ask Wike, what is the problem? He will say, go and ask Fubara. When you ask Fubara, what is the problem? He will say, there is no problem. I don't know why they are doing this to me. Yeah. But everybody does. Everybody does know that what is going on. So the movie is not over. Now let's leave them in Rivers State for a second. The Mike Tyson, Alex Mascot. I don't know why I keep saying Moscow. After his apology at on the floor of Nigeria's House of Representatives yesterday, today he has been arraigned for assault The young man, the boat driver that he assaulted, and his own, lawyer, the Jadenyoju, petitioned the Nigeria police, and today he has been arraigned for assault. Let's replay his apology yesterday in full.
To rise and speak very briefly concerning the incident that took place on October 27th of 2024, involving myself and a citizen, Mr. Stephen Abuetseya, an e-hailing cab driver. What began as a misunderstanding regrettably escalated into actions and remarks that do not reflect the values that I hold dear, nor those that I am.
Chairman CBN, you're having another parliament there.
As a member of the esteemed House, I deeply regret my words and actions that occurred at the heat of the moment, and I take full responsibility for how this exchange has impacted on the citizen, Mr. Abutseya, his family, and the entire public. I acknowledge that I am human, thus infallible. And in recognizing the significance of the role as a public servant, I am mindful of the weight of my words and actions and how they may have affected those that I represent. Since the incident, Citizen Abutseya and I have engaged in alternative dispute resolution methods, and I am pleased to inform this Honorable House that we have reached a respectful and constructive resolution. Additionally, my sincere apologies to the leadership of the House, my honorable colleagues, and the entire National Assembly as a whole for any deficit of goodwill that this particular incident may have caused. I am aware that my actions reflect not only on myself, but also the esteemed institution, the trust that the public places in us. This experience has served as a humbling reminder of the need for restraint and self-control, particularly in challenging situations. Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues,
This personal explanation looks like a lead debate. It's like an essay.
Mr. Speaker.
Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, I'm speaking. Mr. Speaker, am I protected, Mr. Speaker?
Go ahead.
Mr. Speaker, this experience has been especially disheartening as it stands in the contrast to the positive strides that we have made in my constituency of Aba North and Aba South, particularly in the areas of health, education, and empowerment. Nevertheless, it serves as a teachable moment, Mr. Speaker, for all of us in public office that is held in high standards. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I just want to state once again that I am human. Even though there was things were said, and those things I regret. I apologize to all Nigerians. Regardless of the provocation, there should be no reason why I should react in that form. So I want to use this opportunity to appeal to all Nigerians. Let us let what has happened remain in the past, and let us forge forward. Thank you once again for giving me the opportunity to tender this apology, Mr. Speaker.
He said he has resolved things with the victim of his assaults. That is not true. Yes, he's using what is called AI-generated apology. That apology did not come from his heart. He did not write it. He went on to Grok on Twitter to help him write an apology. I then edited it. So people got to find the copy of his apology. Sorry, one sec. I think I'm going to put that up in a minute now. One sec. Okay. So that's him in the dock in court, in Abuja court this morning. So what we heard is that that apology that he is reading was 100% AI-generated apology. Are you with me? 100%. So, AI detector. You know, say Nigerians, if they get your time, they are the #1 detectives, especially on Twitter, X. People there, they are special. They have a way around, if they are interested in your case, in your matter. So I love spending my time there. So as we speak, the assaulted individual has sued Mr. Mike Tyson, Alex, mascot. So we will follow that up in the coming days and that, okay? So I don't know what Mr. Stephen is asking for in damages, but the police that was supposed to have arrested this guy, they did not arrest him. But they told the world that he's been arrested when he wasn't, until the petition at least requires that it must be brought to court. So the police took him to court today to answer the case of assault. So I like that. I really do. So I'll give that a follow-up, like I said, in the coming days and maybe weeks. So his apology to his friend on the floor of the Nigerian House of Representatives remained just an entertainment for his colleagues. Some even said, this guy, Alex from Abao, has converted to Islam. And no wonder his means of dressing and all of that is pretty much like, some people like, they follow people up a lot, Sabi. In his recent conversation with Zulum of Borono, this one.
Really? Yes. I saw outside. Yes, I read outside. After the announcement, then people, I want to go in. But people have disturbed the pathway. No, when I stop, the police have stopped people going out, so I will put crowd. Yeah. That is why I left. Right. See humility. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That's what he said. He wants you to be his godfather.
No, inshallah. Inshallah. Yes, but now that we are Muslim, the godfather is God. Yes. Yes. The godfather is only one. Only one. Yes. God. But follow it, then as human beings, we support you.
Alhamdulillah. Now that you are a Muslim, you see, there's nothing some of these criminal politicians will not do. In Nigeria, let me tell you something. In Nigeria, there are some people who have this mentality, right? That if you want to go far in Nigeria politics, just try to pander to them in the north. Some will just be like, okay, you know what? I will just convert to Islam. Not because they believe in Islam or anything, no. But they know that they are likely going to be more accommodated, more accepted. So he's Alaji. He's a Muslim from Aba now. Remember his boss, Oji Uzokalu. That's his boss. He himself is partially Alaji too, in case if you don't know. Yeah, because he wanted to be president of Nigeria. So he went on to, if you see Okorocha as well, is partially Muslim too. But these guys don't believe in any Islam or anything. It's all for political acceptance or advancing their political, their political journey in Nigeria. You know, they say, you are not a Muslim. Oh, Alhamdulillah, we have one Allah, one single Allah. That's good. So, yeah, we are brothers now. Now I trust you. I know that you are my brother now and all that. I don't know what kind of desperation will make people play the religious card and all that stuff just to get an acceptance from what the heck? Anyway, there is good news for those of you from northern Nigeria. So I found a video for two of them, and I matched them, by the way, on your destroyed power transmission, what have you, okay? So they had the Nigerian military, the Nigerian Air Force, the TCN, and the Nigeria Civil Defense, the only people we know did the Nigerian Navy, to make sure that they provide security for the engineers to come and fix your power cable. So yesterday, from the Benue side and from Kaduna side, we saw this.
Hey, 17. Oh, you know, together like no right. You know, there is a variety of rice. Last year, and you know what you said, by now, we don't use. Okay, you know what you said that time? That one, I agree. You keep a half bag for it. I keep it now. So what happened? I told I like to wait.
The blue face is being brought down. The blue face is coming down now. After blue face, then we bring down the trouble face, the yellow face. Bringing down blue face to give a space, work space for the yellow face.
That's a lot of work. Because what the terrorists did was that they blown up one of this power, what do you call that thing? Mast. You see that long thing? They had to erect a new one, like take it up again, and they started like joining the cables. So they said it's going to take them 5 days. So today is day 3. So they hope that by latest by Friday, the northern part of Nigeria should have electricity again. But the concern is this. The terrorists, according to the Minister of Darkness, Adebayo Adelabu Penkelemes, he said the terrorists continue to threaten that they will kill all the workers very soon. And they will continue to blow the power transmission, cable. So what would Nigeria do now? Would Nigeria just have to place military as well as the Air Force to be surveilling the power cable, the power transmission and all of that stuff in the area every day and night? Because all it's going to take is just for them to attach their dynamite again to that massive pole, and then boom, wala tishele again. This is the price that Nigeria is paying for the greed as well as the evil of the northern politicians who wanted power by all means, and they empowered terrorism to gain that power. Today, the result of sponsoring terrorism against Nigeria for political power is what everybody is witnessing. Nigeria spends so much on defense, but rather than the insecurity to go down, well, poverty continues to increase, so therefore insecurity will continue to increase. Nigeria is spending almost 1/3 of our national budget on defense. Yeah, you would hear about 7 trillion, 8 trillion, the money that is going into defense alone. But rather than it to reduce terrorism or stop terrorism to some extent, right? It has continued to escalate. Because it's an industry, though, So whatever they are doing there right now is temporary. There was the time that these terrorists took over Shiroro. Shiroro is one of the hydro power dam for especially northern Nigeria. They took it over for months, if not years. That Nigeria just kind of ignored it totally. And they left the area for the terrorists. So if these guys are now bombing power cable or transmission to destroy the economy of the North even further, is it not time for those who are the terrorist sponsoring Sharia here and there? Is it not time for them to have a rethink? Well, that would be me, kind of like a thinking out aloud. To say a few days ago, I should have even put that up earlier. I'm going to try to put it up. A few days ago, the House of Representatives, they invited Umahi, the Minister for Potholes, Super Highway, Abina Coastal Highway in Nigeria, Umahi, to come and give account of why the Nigerian roads remain in a state of, in a deplorable state. And Umahi, we didn't capture his response. So that is why I'm going to kind of play this video again, okay? So the refs were wondering why the roads in Nigeria continue to be bad and terrible. And Umahi is all over the place, claiming to be awarding super highway, mega highway, coastal road here and there, when they do not even have any money to prosecute or complete any coastal road anywhere. And Umahi, I mean, then you, Mr. Umahi, You were here where we give an approval, supplementary budget of 300 billion naira. If you had spent that money, on the state of bad roads in Nigeria, you would have fixed some to some extent. So Umahi said later that that man is a contractor. He must be one of the contractors that they denied contract. That's why he's targeting him. Remember this clip.
You are not here to come and tell us what you already knew in the area of resources. So if you are telling us the reason why you have failed in fixing our road infrastructure is because of resources, don't let me take you up there. Because you concentrated your energy as a minister on less priority issues. Don't discuss resources. I say it again. With all the road that we have across the country are failed. If you are addressing these roads, existing roads, with the resources that you have, sir, Honorable Minister, we will not be where we are. Don't discuss resources. I say it again. You came here last year, you got 300 billion budget approval, supplementary approval. Don't raise my emotion. I am worried that you are not concerned about fixing Nigerian roads. We are not here for business of whether you want to do the job or you don't want to do the job. Stop telling us you are awarding road. We don't want you to be awarding road that you are not ready to do. How can you be telling us that there is no resources? In less than 1 minute, from everything that everybody has said, it's a clue. You have no plan for us as a nation. I was wondering what was used as benchmark for your appraisal. You are not here to come and tell us what you are doing.
The Alaye took it personal. And in his own response, Umahi said, it will publish what they use the 300 billion naira for next week. Do you know that this same Tifnubu's regime has paid 1.1 trillion naira to Gilbert Shaguri Sci-Tech Construction for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road? Where did they get that money from? It wasn't appropriated money. It was not approved money. But they found the money and they gave it to Shaguri. The one they want to construct from Sokoto to Badagry. We do not know how much exactly is the cost. Let's be honest. They are hiding that. A lawyer that's asked through the Freedom of Information Act that asked for the details of this road contract. It has been shot out. And when he went to court, Umahi has hired 6 senior advocates of nuisance to defend him and said they can't, for the sake of national security, they cannot give you the details of the contract. Are you being serious, man? Yeah? Well, he had this to say in response to that man, that House of Rep member.
The president has given very special attention to Ministry of Works. And that's why in 2023 supplementary, he approved 300 billion to take care of a number of palliatives. By next week, we are going to publish what success we've achieved in those 300 billion projects. We used it to procure over 330 roads, palliatives, and bridge repairs, which were properly procured and properly executed. Today, we have achieved over 85% completion. And so when we publish it, I want him to go there if he can leave his oversighting firm and he can go and check these projects. And I'm going to put, we have done tremendously very well in a number of our projects. Of course, there is no amount of resources that can fix 2,604 projects in 1 year. We've terminated over 10 projects following due process. Some of them have lasted 17 years, 18 years. And so we are doing very, very well.
That's Umahi. He's done very, very well. It's just that this House of Representative people, don't mind them all. They want to collect contracts. And because I'm not giving them contracts, that is why they're asking me all this. I'm above them. He didn't say that there. He said that after leaving the room. Yeah, he said, I am above them. I'm above all these guys who are asking me these questions. The reason why they're asking me all these questions is because I suspect that they are part of the contractors who are looking for contract, but because we didn't give them contract, that's why they are now angry. That's what he said. But he didn't say that to their faces there. So I'm looking forward to when he's going to publish what they use the 300 billion naira for. In 2024 budgets, the Ministry of Works alone, they have a budget of over 1.4 trillion naira. And this is October 2024. So far, so good. It's not only 300 billion naira contract. Supplementary budget that the Umahi will need to give account of. It will need to give account for the 1.4 to 1.6 trillion naira that also got approved for him in 2024 budget. I'm not looking forward to it, though. I'm just saying. Because if they spend that money on your roads, you will know. Abi, won't you? All of now with the drive around Nigeria, you will know. But they are starting 700 kilometer, 1,400 to and fro to Calabar. 1,000 kilometers, 2,000 to and fro, 2,000 kilometers to and fro, Sokoto to Badagry. And they are keeping all of that in secret, Abi. And you believe they are intending to actually really build that? High right. Well, let's move on. Okay. In their House of Representatives, they have started to what they call the probing of the approved license for Oyedepo, Canaan Land private airstrip. I remember when Pulapenga was asking me this question, like, sorry, Mayegun, I don't understand. I mean, see, this airport, I mean, this airstrip, is it going to be like airports that, you know, Oyedepo is just going to be flying in and out. Nobody's going to be checking like airports, normal. I say, yeah, it's called private airstrip. What does that even mean? I say, well, it's private. Private means, and it's not the only one. So the House of Reps says they want to probe it now. It was approved by fraudsters Otobo, Keyamo, and in their debates on the matter.
Mr. Speaker, for your protection. Aware that the federal government, through the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace, Festus Keyamo, confirmed the approval of an airstrip for a religious-based organization in Ota, Ogun State. Recall that in September 2014, a prominent religious leader was linked with a private jet used to convey $9.3 million in cash to South Africa for purchase of arms. The private jet was seized by the South African authorities, which has two people, Nigerian and an Israeli, on board. Concerned that the current experience of security challenge that Nigeria is facing through illegal importation, proliferation of firearms and ammunition, importation of illicit hard drugs, coupled with the inability of our security agencies to pinpoint the source of supply of weapons to insurgents, kidnappers, and separatists that have massacred thousands of Nigerians across the country. Worried that granting airstrip to private individuals and organizations would aid illegal importation of firearms and hard drugs into the country, thus heightening insurgency, kidnapping, banditry, and other vices that are seriously affecting the socio-economic development of the country. The House resolves to, 1, call on the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace to stop issuance of airstrip licenses to private individuals and organizations, and also withdraw approvals already granted to private individuals and organizations with a view to safeguarding national security. 2, urge the committees on aviation and legislative compliance to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Observation, Mr.
Observation?
Speaker. Yes, please.
Please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and distinguished colleagues. My name is Honorable Shino Ideji. I represent the people of Isai, Tesiwaju, Kajola, and the Wajua Federal Constituency. Observation is this. I believe initially the minister was even wrong in giving an approval for an airstrip. This is supposed to be the duty of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. So we need to even look at it from that angle. The approval given by the minister is even defective and is not meant to be. Because the approval for airstrip, airport, is supposed to come from Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, who is domiciled with the power to do so. It's not domiciled at the ministry. It is after the approval of the NCAA that the minister can give such an approval. So even giving that kind of approval is an abuse of power. So I want this House to please see how we can actually look at all this. There are so many things going on in ministry, that industry right now that we really need to look into. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. While I accept your contribution, but we also need to be mindful that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority is under the Ministry of Aviation. So by implication, I want to believe perhaps the minister has done the due diligence by accepting collecting all the necessary approvals before he made the announcement. But however, since the resolution of this motion or the prayer is to urge the Committee on Aviation to investigate on this matter, I think they can also take note of that particular aspect to ensure that in the first place, whether due process has been followed or not. So I think we can take a seconder to the motion, or have we done so? Honorable Namdi.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Excellency, Honorable Namdi Zechi is my name, and I represent Okwani Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Delta State. I rise here this morning to second the motion ably moved by my dear former brother from PDP. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Aviation for further legislative action.
Their concern is legit, like yours, Polapenga, that anything can happen, all right, when private airstrip is given to, to private citizens, in this case, Canaan land. Or somebody now referring to when a private jet owned by a pastor in Nigeria, Pastor Orishe Jafo, that got confiscated in South Africa where they wanted to go and buy arms. And that is not totally or the correct story. So I am just going to clear that for us. In 2014, when Goodluck Ebere Jonathan was routing this with these Boko Haram terrorists, that was also the moment that they were putting together the APC, Egbekegbe. So APC, Egbekegbe of Atiku, Bokwari, Saraki, Tifnumbu, Layamo, Keneridino, as like the list is long. They were running propaganda day and night against Jonathan. In fact, it was generally publicized that Jonathan killing the Boko Haram terrorists was killing the northern Nigeria. Yes. They said, if the Niger Delta militants could get amnesty, why couldn't Jonathan give the Boko Haram terrorists amnesty rather than be killing them and killing them? So, their propaganda machine traveled as far as America. That is why so many people would never like the Democrats. I know some of you will be like, and I say now the Democrats say make everybody go vote for. No. Some of you suffer from what is called Stockholm syndrome. Election interference. Barack Obama and his wife, the entire Democrats, that I call them the demonic rats. So this day I still call them that, right? The demonic rat of America. They invested so much in Nigeria election, in the formation and the empowerment of the terrorist group called APC, Egbekegbe, from the incubation. Yes. What did they do? Barack Obama placed an armed embargo on Nigeria when the fight against the Boko Haram terrorists was hottest, because the Flumbu, Bokwari, the northern governors, the emirs, the sultan, all of them, they wrote a very powerful petition and they sent a powerful delegation to America that Goodluck Egbere Jonathan was amassing weapons to destroy the North and kill his opposition. Obama agreed. Yeah. It was around the time they killed, remember, it was around the time they killed Gaddafi too. So they were so invested in Africa, including this Hillary Clinton and the rest of them back then. They were so invested in Nigeria that their CIA, their this and that, including their money, they invested so much in Nigeria politics and Nigeria election that gave birth to this APC. So it's not only that Barack Obama influenced what later became the Chibok kidnapping. They orchestrated it. Enough that they placed an embargo on Nigeria. No country must sell arms to Nigeria. They won't sell to Nigeria. Nigeria needed weapons to face this Boko Haram and clear them. You remember General Aziza? Do you remember him? So then they said, Jonathan, that anybody that sells weapons to Jonathan, that Jonathan was trying to extinguish his political opposition ahead of 2015 elections so that he can perpetuate himself in power. And what did America do? America placed embargo, arms embargo on Nigeria. No country must sell weapons to Nigeria. No country. Nigeria needed weapons. They couldn't get from anywhere. So they had to go through the black market. Black market. The northern Nigeria, they've already concluded, Jonathan must go. He must go. Whatever it's going to take, he must go. They can't stand him for another 4 years. So Jonathan bought the idea of, let's go to South Africa. South Africa also manufactured weapons. The whole deal was done. The arrangement was there. They were going to pay in cash so that America will not intersect that money. You know, if you want to buy things like that, you have to transfer money and all that. Legit. But America embargo means any country that Nigeria transfer money to, they will seize the money. So they had to take cash under the cover of all these pastors, religious leaders who flew the cash. It was all done like, okay, you know what? They won't suspect anything like this. There were South African mercenaries who were also helping to fight the terrorists in Nigeria then. Immediately, the Americans heard about it. They threatened South Africa. That's what happened. And who threatened them? Barack Obama. Barack Obama's White House threatened South Africa with sanctions. If you sell weapons to Nigeria, you'll be sanctioned. So South Africa got that and they were like, you know what? America told us to confiscate this whole thing. The money you brought in, the aircraft you brought into our country, They didn't fly to South Africa to go and buy guns on the roadside, though. It was supposed to be bought from the South African government. It was a deal between two countries, but without the America being aware of it. But they finally got the wind of it. What did they do? They confiscated it, the money, the aircraft, and it became news in Nigeria. Guess those who amplified it? Tifnumbu and his media. They amplified it in Nigeria. They've arrested Orisha Jafo in South Africa. They want to come and buy weapons to kill oppositions. That was the last stroke that broke the camel's back for Jonathan. That he knew was like, you know what, you can't win this. He did an interview on that and said, they invested so much. Baba, Barack Obama's campaign manager is the APC, Egbekegbe Strategies. I can't remember his name right now. I used to remember his name all the time then when I used to talk about them. They sent his own campaign manager to become APC strategist, propagandist, all of the messages, how they turned all you young people then against your country, Nigeria, for APC, for this jihadist. And when they took over power, all the mercenaries that were helping Nigerian army to go after the terrorists and all that back then, they chased them out of Nigeria. They started telling you that Boko Haram has been neutralized. Boko Haram has been this and that. The rest is history today. You are now battling with the Fulani terrorists that have killed over 60,000 people in 8 years of Boko Haram. America now stayed away. They stayed away. Kilo come on. Go kill yourself. So that's why you will see so many people who still have their brain today that it's not because they love Donald Trump per se. Some of them don't even like America. But every time they see Donald Trump, they always see him as the nemesis of what Obama did. Obama and his gang, they derailed Nigeria's progress. A country that was then rated as one of the 3 fastest growing economies in the world. Today is the poverty capital of the world. So I'm not saying that those of you who are Democrats, so you don't have, I mean, you can brush it aside. No, that's not the only, that's not the reason. I know you are not new to me. All right. It doesn't mean that people like us are kind of like fancying the Republicans or your Democrats or whatever it is. But you see, fact is fact. You understand? All this election interference. America, the Democrats, interfered in Nigerian politics, in Nigeria's election. They didn't have to come and force people to vote. It was easier. The propaganda of APC, locally and internationally, Jonathan was presented as the weakest person. The weakest. Anybody but Jonathan. He was the weakest. He's a drunkard. He's corrupt. He's this and that. Last, look at the people who are not corrupt. Look at the people who are strongest. Look at them. Look at Nigeria today. 9 years after that. Look at Nigeria today. More divided. Poorer. More terrorized. Today. And where is America? Where is Obama? Where is the Democrat today in all of this? You are on your own. But that won't change the history. Let's just be honest with ourselves. Okay? It won't change anything that has already happened. Because Nigeria is already down, 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 down. And it's probably going to continue to go down, down, down with this APC. Now that you have the CIA assets, Tifnumbu as their president, the druggie, that again, Joe Biden of America, the Democrat of America, when it was time to expose this drug dealer, this Tifnumbu druggie, the time to expose a certificate forger, what did America do? A Democrat judge in Chicago, decided to redact the Tifnumbu's criminal record. No be so? So if you think people are just emotional, Donald Trump hates them, this and that, well, you can fancy whatever you say. A lot of people who knows what the damage is, the destruction of Nigeria by the Democrats, by Obama and their gang, there's nothing you can say to them that will change the facts. That's the truth. I just thought I should add that. Because yeah, Nigeria is done for. What can anybody do anymore? It's done for. So in that same House of, so yeah, for that House of Rep guys talking about the plane of a pastor trying to go and buy weapons in South Africa, that is not just the whole story. Let's just say the whole story as it is, because that's what really happened was that America placed embargo on Nigeria in the most crucial time of Nigeria war against terror. America didn't stand with Nigeria. They didn't support Nigeria. They did everything to make sure that that government of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan is totally destroyed, weakened, all for these terrorists, these jihadists, APC, Ebekebe, to come and destroy Nigeria. Look at it today. They succeeded. They have succeeded. By the time they are done, maybe Nigeria will be like Sudan, Somalia, and all these places. And they will be happy. So Nigeria will never become a regional power in Africa or anywhere that will one day become like, we want to be the new China or something. It won't happen. It will totally collapse eventually. And America will remain, won't it? So in the same House of Assembly, National Assembly, this guy also decamped to a PDP lawmaker, decamped to APC on record.
Party to the All Progressive Congress APC with immediate effect. Your Excellency, my decampment from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress was as a result of the lingering and unresolved internal and external crisis within the People's Democratic Party. It is noteworthy to state here that the People's Democratic Party have two chairmen in my constituency, Gumi and Bukuyum Federal Constituency. One was unconstitutionally removed, while the other decamped with me. Hence, the party lacks structure in my constituency, and this has made it possible for me to provide good representation and prompt delivery of dividends of democracy to my constituents. It is in view of the foregoing that I'm officially informing you of my decampment from the People's Democratic Party to the All
Point of order.
Please accept the assurances of my highest esteem and regards.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
Signed, Honorable Dr. Sulema Abubakar Gumi. Honorable Gumi, can you stand up for recognition?
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
The biggest and greatest party in Africa. Congratulations.
Point of
Welcome
order, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, point of order.
Point of order, Mr. Speaker.
What point do you have, the leader?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very grateful, my dear colleagues.
Today, we are all talking about the contraption to what it is turned to be. We should always remember how Nigeria got to this stage. Don't ever forget. All right? Don't ever forget that. It's unfortunate. You know, there's no way I'm going to talk about this, that it won't be like I'm speaking in favor of the Republicans or Donald Trump's and all of that stuff. Sure, you get. But I discovered that sometimes we just have to say what is the real truth, because the projection that APC uses in Nigeria is very much like that of what the Democrats does in America. What they tell you that somebody is going to do is what they are doing. What they are doing is what they were going to tell you that somebody else is going to do. They project it in that way. They demonize others of what they are actually doing. And that's how you see somebody that will say, what do you call it? The Republicans, no matter who wins between them, the policy of the Republicans and the Democrats is the same. I kind of would beg to disagree. These guys didn't mean well for us. It's so bad that, honestly speaking, right? I call them demonic rats, so to say, evil in my own book. It's unfortunate, though. Nigeria is done for ish. Let's leave that for now, okay? Because it seems like there is no going back from all of this. There's no coming back. No, there's none. Yesterday, we had a chat around an expose, so to say, that the northern politicians, the northern governors, they are this and that, they rejected Tifnumbu's tax reform. Well, I have sort of gathered more information on that. Why? You see, especially that VAT thing, the consumption tax, it's not just about alcohol, it's about everything. And what seems to be what a lot of people consume in Nigeria is that is almost like equal is data. Yeah, MTN, Glo, Airtel, and all that stuff. Every time you buy them or load your phone, there are some VAT paid on every purchase. And that VAT, what Tifnumbu is trying to now do is that he wants to keep collecting all the VAT for all the states. Here you get. And then it will now return 60% to the states. So why the North is against that is because if they collect, for example, 100 billion VAT from Lagos, they're going to give them 60%, which is going to be 60 billion. If they collect VAT of 500 million, or no, let me put it this way, 1 billion, which is impossible though, but let's say 1 billion from Sokoto, they will give them 600 million, 60%. So in the same vein, where Lagos, they collect 60 billion, Sokoto will be collecting 600 million. Ogun State, if they take, let's say they take 20 billion from Ogun State, so they give 60% back to Ogun State. 60% will be like how much? 12 billion or something. So if they now take 2 billion from Kano, so they will only give Kano 1.2 billion. So in that same vein, they believe that it's going to make them poorer. Rather, they should follow the normal routine of sharing the money according to population. So what people are now saying is that, well, these people, this northern Nigeria should become more creative. How do you become creative to make more money? Tax your people, create jobs, or stop terrorism? Because you can make so much money from agriculture, especially in northern Nigeria. If you can stop terrorism, you can make a lot of money. Okay? VAT is not based on production. It is on consumption. Consumption. What people buy is what people buy and use is what VAT, value-added tax, is collected from or collected on. So northern Nigeria, that these criminal politicians chooses to spend their money on religious this, religious that, yeah, they are into no real production, so to say, per se. They depend on handouts. So that's why they rejected it. And if they have to tax them more, what would they tax them on in the northern Nigeria right now? Undume had this to say about the bill.
This tax they are talking about, we are almost losing the middle class in it.
Hang on, no, I need to add this too. That bills that Tifnumbu sent to the National Assembly, it has passed the first reading. It's going to pass the second one. And Tifnumbu is going to sign it into law. Gone are the days where some people will say, if the North says no to something, that thing no go pass. Una they live in the past. You are dealing with a tax collector. Jagba man. Tifnumbu, the Jaga bandit, the Jaga addict. You go learn. Here, tell us.
This tax they are talking about, we are almost losing the middle class in Nigeria. It's either you have it or you don't have it. Those that are in the middle are being squeezed out. If Nigerians can pay for those taxes, it's okay. But in the current situation, increasing tax is not an alternative at all. I will not support any increase in any tax.
Yeah, but there were a lot of opt-out clauses in that tax reform bill.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
Let us get things right first. Let people start living, not surviving. let people have extra income, then you tax them.
Well,
but
I mean,
wait now.
Yeah, sorry. Go on.
That's why I say I want to always use an example of common sense.
Right.
Looking at you, Charles, you can donate a pint of...
You're always using me as an example.
Yeah, because you're the one I'm looking at straight. Looking at you and your position now, I can easily ask you to bring 1 pint of blood in order to save somebody that
Yes,
needs
I
it.
suppose so.
But if you go look at the guy sitting there, if you take a pint of blood from him...
You think he might keel over and die?
He will collapse, you know. And that's what they're trying to do to Nigerians now. Allow Nigerians to have enough blood in their body before you start asking for donation for blood.
And is that the socio-economic situation? Because they're particularizing it to the north.
No, it's not even.
I mean, they sounded suspicious.
No, it's not
the
issue.
Whole sort of
no,
thing.
I think that's wrong. Where the poverty is in the north.
Right.
Let's be frank about that. So you want to introduce taxes again, and I mean, tax those people that can afford it. And let me give you it. Those that can afford the taxes in Nigeria, I don't want to be particular about it, are not even paying the taxes.
Yeah.
But these big companies, they don't even declare their income, not to talk of getting the appropriate tax. This tax they are talking about, we are almost losing the middle.
So northern Nigeria is so poor, according to him. And northern Nigeria shouldn't be poor. No. Because of power, they invested in terrorism. They intentionally never allowed proper spread of education, which is the main empowerment that any leader can give to their citizens. They made it easier for this fanatic jihadist ideology to spread in northern Nigeria because it keeps political power in the hands of their elites. These guys, 10 years, they destroyed northern Nigeria, destroyed this economy, destroyed their people, but as long as they keep power, it doesn't matter. So now that they do not have that power, they are now concerned. People are saying that if this union is to be sustained, everybody must pay their own fair share. Abi, everybody must pay their fair share. Now they are reminding us that the northern Nigeria is not equal up to the task. Nigeria is 64 years old. The northern Nigeria have ruled Nigeria for 47 years out of that 64 years. That's a lot that could have impacted positively on that region. But no. Some Molori Brukus from the region are still promoting Sharia for the rest of Nigeria in 2024. And they will get it. The way I'm looking at it, they will. Everybody might be, they call me Mayegundin. Say, Alaji Mayegundin. I say, Nam. Because I'm about to din, I say, din lie. Mayegun to lie. Or Mayegun no, I don't know. It's not going to really. But I'm Abdul Rashid anyway. I'll just resort back to my Islamic Muslim name. Say, you are Abdul Rashid? Yes. Nah. I thought you said you don't have any religion. In this contraption, but it force everybody. I'm just joking. Over my dead body, would anybody post anything that is not mine or me? Nah, it's not going to happen. They want to force Sharia on the rest of us. When the people they force the Sharia on have become the poorest, the most terrorized, the most impoverished region in Nigeria. No. I'm a parawalasini. Like I'm a parawani. It's not going to happen. They are not interested in developing their people for real. They have become, they have become scroungers, leeches. That is what they have turned the northern Nigeria into. On the rest of Nigeria, money that could be spent on education, healthcare, and others are being spent on security. It's not even impacting. No, it's not. Now the tax collector is here. The Fnumbu. We go tax everybody. Everybody go pay. They don't hire people now to come and do collection of tax here and there. Everybody go pay. This isn't a joke. Good luck, Sha. Because last, if you come these days, if you carry, somebody said that on this platform a while back, right? That if you go to some certain areas, especially in Lagos, that you want to go and do some housework for people, you will see some other people, some hanging about jobless young men and women that will ask you for order. You cannot come and work here without paying us. Same thing. You carry rice, bag of rice. Can't do mistake, enter, go slow. Hold up. Come and rob when you take a look at this. Everywhere. That's not a new video, by the way. It's just to show to you that from inside hold up, we go rob ourselves. Say, this is not palliative rice. Answer there. We there. Now for your eyes, you go see that before you park your car, say, this is my right, now my rice. You go see they don't share them. Right before your very eyes. I'm talking about Owoda. There's a group called the Lagos Building Control Agency. Lagos Building Control Agency. They enter Ikeja Golf Club. Why are you beating us? Why are you? You go pay.
Hello, come on. Follow me.
Is it?
Let us go, my friend. Let us go.
Hello. Not the place. Hello, yes.
All right, forward. Ayé kí ni wàá gbá fún mi? Wàá gbá fún mi, wàá gbá dànù, àbí wàá gbá fún mi? Tẹ̀lé mi wọlé.
Ọlọ́pàá máa kó everybody. Lagos building something agency. Kí ló dé? Ikeja Golf Club. That should be an elite area now. Big main place. Are you saying the building na illegal building? I'll be waiting. Bas, kí ló dé? Well, we're still trying to figure out why they harass big men for inside this place. All their staff, all of them packed out by agency of Lagos State. Bo! Kí ló tún dé báyìí torí Ajah ni o, for somewhere in Ajah. They say police, they chase people. Now so the bus can't tumble. I don't understand what happened. I feel when we saw police officer, the driver next to a gate, give me water. How did you get here? Water. In Lagos, so Ajah, this morning. Wahala everywhere. Wahala everywhere. So that is why when people leave their houses in Nigeria, they have different prayer points. Okay, like Heavenly Father, Sky Daddy, as I am going out of my house this morning, I want to go and look for what to eat. Father, don't let me meet what will eat me. Because some things they outside, we say a human being that they chop. May I not meet what will eat me. Let me go in peace and let me come back in peace. I don't want to come back in pieces. Father, I anoint the road. Oh yeah, anoint. Blood of Jesus. Heavenly Father. You deserve more because you just don't know what is lurking in the corner. And Nigeria as a place where we all agree that it is more or less like a weapon fashioned against us. Nigeria is meant to kill us. It is just there to kill you. So if you can't escape harm, when they come back at night, say, thank you so much, Daddy. You are the Lord. That is your name. You will never share your glory with anyone. You will never share your... But you have to care. You don't know what God has done for you. You go out, you come back in peace like that. In Nigeria, you have no idea. That's why some people will look at me and say, God will see if God show you his map. I say, I understand. I do. I really do. Show you one by one. Amen. Amen. Thank you. That is where I'm going to draw the curtain this afternoon. Maybe I should take calls. Let's see if the line will work. So I'll take a short break, okay? And I'll come back and take maybe 1 or 2 calls. So those who might want to react to this morning or this afternoon. And if it's not working, fine. We can see later at night. Right? But I will be back in a minute or 2. Don't go anywhere. Or if you have to, just like the broadcast, okay? And don't forget, if you haven't followed me on the backup channel of this page of this channel on YouTube, Mayegun's Diary Premium, please give it a shot. Go on. I will be back. What you tell them? Rapobi, you don't know, say, the reason why I don't get religion again is that I was, let me tell you my story, okay? So I was born as a Christian because my parents were Christians, okay? Then I became Seraphim and Cherubim and Seraphim, Cherubim and Seraphim. Then from there, I became CAC, Apostolic. Then from there, I became a Muslim because my grandfather was a Muslim, right? So that was, he named me Shola, and you believe that Shola, my name, was given to me by my grandfather. So he named me Shola and Abdul Rashid. So I started going to Allocation and I read the Quran to some extent. Then I became Brother Shola. I joined Fourth Square. Yeah, I became born again. And now, what is you born again? Really? And now, Brother Shola. So, but they can't discover, say, this one is Shoko because I tried to speak in tongue. You see, when people are like doing that, and they say we should close our eyes, so, or else that spirit where that person they talk to, if he enter you. I mean, I was stubborn. Maybe the spirit even entered me. You see, when they're like doing the deliverance stuff, they say all of you have to close your eyes. But I was young like that and say, Kilo Deti, why is Sister Rebecca? Why is she doing so they can't tell me, see, if you like say this born again, no be your thing, or even I actually told myself, because if not, if like say when they chase spirit out of somebody, it could just enter me. They chase spirit from me, going because I open my eyes to wonder why is this person talking like what happened? So I want to try to be like them. I haven't shared this with you before. So I was like, no, which one is baby? Born again. Oh. I quickly withdrew. Mommy, born again, Jerry. I won't forget them. Man, that because they mock God. It makes sense. Then I tried to be a babalawo. So because of the Bolu, we have babalawos, we have people there a lot. So those ones can't say they mock Oluawo and all of that because I don't get faith in what they are doing. I'm just testing them. How did you know I'm testing you? See, they just know that I'm just testing them. So I believe, continue. So I couldn't be a babalawo. Then I tried to be, because I don't carry masquerade before. Yeah. I said, oh, I can't do that anymore. I said, oh, God damn it, I can't do it anymore. I was good back then. I practiced and I could do it until when Akpeno, the Akpeno Podo Bolu, said if they catch me again, trying to be a masquerade, I will buy what do you call it? I will buy some goats to appease the gods. You know, like if they say something to me and I can't say it back. So what happened is that for them to free me, or else I'll just die. To free me, I will need to pay some goats and some ram and all that. And we're poor. My mom I don't think my mom would be able to afford any goats. The only goat we had in my household then belonged to my great-grandmother. And the name of that goat was Igbenyadun. It was a goat that was giving us some, whenever the goat gives birth, we'll rear them for a while, we'll take them to the market and sell them. So I don't think I will be able to volunteer a goat for my own shenanigans. So I stopped. So there's nothing I haven't tried. So that is why when people talk about this religion, that, I'm like, spare me, John Tori alone. At this stage of my life, I just want to be me. I respect all religion. I respect everybody's belief. But please, there's nothing new you won't tell me where I don't know. If it's more Bible from Genesis to Revelation, you think it's a joke? I read my Bible like pali to pali. Because I study and so that I'll be able to fight any spirit in my dream. The Father Lord says, you don't know me, oh, Baba. I've been through a lot, oh. It's just that I don't look like what I've been through, Neo. Here you get. I am a repository of knowledge about a lot of things. And that's one thing about me. I do not want to know everything. But what I've actually figured is to know something about everything. I don't need to know everything. I just need to know something about everything. I'm a very curious mind. So religion and all of that stuff, they are not my thing. And it's no offense. You will see God will touch you one day as a day. Except if I want to take and scam people like you. Begin to say, man, God is so wonderful. Oh my God, God is so wonderful. Look at my ego. See how God has there. Before you know it, the pastor my ego if I won't become a farmer, what I can act up and become within 3 months. My ego. I not come like no. Oh, don't try God. Here. Hello.
Good afternoon.
That is all down, Baba.
Yeah. You see, look, you are a real Nigerian, to be honest.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, the similar, things that you went through. I went through the similar thing. I remember them days where, there used to be a pastor that rented my grandpa's. There's a hall at the ground floor of my grandpa's building.
Right.
So that hall was rented by this pastor. So, and then they live within the house as well as like a pastor quarters or whatever. Yeah, so I used to listen to what they used to say. That are you not going to buy a Coke in that offering today, at least so we can eat? So the way they normally, share the money and and then joking between themselves and even
not most is when we are doing a Kore. Share you get now. That one, or the one they will say, Omo, Emma Laura Gomukote Nunje. Share you get. Say everything that we chop, we go take and do prayer for you. Omo, that one I like that one too. Because after everybody is gone, we go share them. Say, what do you want me? I like that, I'll get it. I like that. So yeah, take it, whatever you like. Take. I love that.
So there was nothing like holiness between them when they were in the closed door.
Like that. Right? Even I don't talk everything since I don't cast anybody. So they cast them. Okay. I won't say nothing is holy. I won't say nothing is holy. You know what I mean now? Mine is just that I am not so swayed by what sways a lot of people. And it's not out of disrespect to them though, right? Well, go on.
Yeah. Look, about the Tinubu and people then. You see, these people want to maximize to the highest level, to be the highest government that ever embezzled in Nigeria. And that will go down in record, like a proper Guinness Book of Records. So now the Northerners want to eat their cake and have it at the same time, right? So, which is now, playing out well, in a very negative way for them, because you are the one that created all these boundaries, terrorists and all, and now you are not contributing.
You don't even know how to handle it anymore.
Yeah. So what they care about is their kaftan. They want to live like the Arabs, that where they've here you are embezzling so much, and then you want to use that money to be living like Arab, that somebody who have never experienced poverty in your life, that you don't know where you're coming from. In one corner around or from African continents, all of a sudden they want to turn to an Arab. And then, saying that Islam this, Islam that. Well, for me, it is their own thing. But at some point, this will catch up with them, no matter what. And then
anywhere there is no peace. We have been talking about this issue of terrorists displacing people. They said, no, we should call them bandits. No, if you call them bandits are those who rob people, travelers. Sure, you get it. Bandits are those who rob travelers of their money and they let them go. Bandits don't kidnap. Terrorists kidnap people for ransom. But they say, no, they are bandits. They are not terrorists. Oh, don't call them Fulani terrorists. This and that. Say, call them who they are. Kanuri terrorists, Hausa terrorists, Fulani terrorists. Call them who they are and then deal with them the way they should be dealt with. No, if you do that, you are doing that against the North. Finally, the North is very poor now. Okay. And the rest of the country seems to kind of be getting towards area where everybody wants to go our separate ways. Now they are worried. They are worried how they are going to survive.
Exactly. So, and then all the examples that all these politicians who are meant to be a good example, what they've been putting out there, like you are reading. And then the judiciary now, where everybody can read in between the line that this is black is different from white. They said no, it is so they don't understand that people have seen that. Even the smallest child from 15, they've seen that, wow, there's no law in Nigeria. No. Nigeria is a lawless country. These people are the one portraying it. It's not the ordinary people who nobody knows the person. So this has been replicated by the police, by the continue to replicated by the government or civil servants and on and on. Although we know that the genesis of all this problem are the civil servants anyway, right from the start. But now they are even so now we don't even know. So the politician now learn from them and then use it against them. And then who is fooling who? Tinubu choosing all his, cabinets. He knows that all these ones are ex-convicts. Somebody who have the
yes.
Yes.
This one is jihadist. All of them, as long as the bill is speeding, it's fine.
Yes. Do you think that he doesn't know what he's doing? Of course he knows what he's doing, because he knows that nobody will be able to tell anybody off. If like Apabio tried to tell Tinubu off now, Tinubu will say, "Hey, you better shut your mouth, or else I will get you arrested for those." So look, all of them now, they are all bunch of rogues. They are gangs. Right, so there's nothing will come out from this movement. In fact, it will become worse after Tinubu done his own. So the only thing we can do is that we get the ordinary people. We should get rid of that is the only hope. Revolution. Amen. We are not saying everybody should, to go and be destroying houses or whatever.
I will say amen, because that's like a prayer.
Yes, there is peaceful revolution where you will just mobilize yourself to a place and then just be static there for God knows how many months. They call it is it called sit out? No, sit in. No, they have a name for it. Occupy this. Sit out. Yeah, occupy the Abuja everywhere and then turn the place to a refugee place where people will start organizing themselves. Okay, this is your toilet. That is, they will become like a community.
Yep.
Outside in the open space where after they say, "Wow, this is thousands of people outside there. We can't get rid of them. Where? How?"
So you have to kind of
then they will get the message.
Thank you.
They will get the message.
Mm-hmm. Let me.
You're welcome, sir.
Okay. Nice one, Baba. So I have another caller. I want to believe this is emoji. Is that you?
Hello, Mayogu. Good afternoon from here.
Good afternoon to you too. How are you, sir?
Fine, thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
When I listen to this last caller, the guy in the verse, you see,
they want
for the past
occupy the place, but that was peaceful. It's still something.
I don't occupy anything, I don't go occupy anything, make you not be rest in peace. Right. These people, the way they see these people, I don't see. By 2007 or 2006, I was in a bus from Alaba to First Stack. I told somebody, Nigeria was nice that time. Oh, you can take 20 naira. You can buy newspaper. You can buy newspaper that time. One newspaper that time.
Sell Punch newspaper for 14 naira, 15 naira.
And they tell you, by a good go see food eat. Like my person go, I tell them say, what in Nigeria need now tsunami. Tsunami. You see, this is where they say, go do revolution, go do protest. But you don't go work again, no. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Because when you look at these gangs, they are everywhere, north, south, east, and west.
Yes, sir.
They are everywhere. You see, Zulum. You remember when Boko Haram were chasing Zulum everywhere, up and down? They wanted to kill him. Till Zulum entered the gang. Tell them, say, okay, Muna, they take what you want to take for Banga, be waiting where those that place where they hold Baga. Muna, take what you they take there, make I take my life, do something. And since that time, Zulum stopped working for Boronu people. He said he entered into the gang, stop working for Boronu. He's no more winning the best governor.
Some of these
he's not
for these terrorists. They call them
now waiting
common areas.
Now waiting. So that is now one of their problem with Jonathan, with Ihejirika. After everything, they still go do. Yes, after that,
General Aziza, we later died.
General Aziza. Yes, that one now more than the mother that one.
In northern Nigeria, then they were telling people, say, these people, they said that they revenge. Oh, I remember. They said they were revenging the civil war. They said Jonathan appointed generals who were killing Boko Haram terrorists because they were not killing, they were killing northerners. They were revenging civil war. That was what they said, though. But look at it today.
Now, from what Wike is doing, there's one documentary I watched today. One guy, Lucky Udo. One guy, kidnappers, people where they work for him, for their estate, came to his house to kill him. They shot him. He survived. And this guy reported to police. I think I sent you this thing on this number.
Right.
When you listen to this thing, forget about Nigeria, Mayegu. See this white guy now, this half caste Sabino. See what that guy did now with the Uber driver. Is it not the same thing Wike did to those people that he went to go and we took their land? They are telling him, no, we don't do anything. No. He said, because I came here to talk to you. In abroad, in abroad, when they want to do normal investigation, your body language shows that you've taken action already. In that video, Wike has already touched those people. He has already attacked them because he wanted to go to the boss. He came back. He remembered that he is with he's a political appointee. He wanted to attack. That's why he said, because I'm here to talk to you people. So now I'm not
you think you are the only something? You are the only person that takes something. Are you the only? You think you are the only person that is taking something? That means are you the only person that is taking drug? Even me, they take harm. He's
already on the move to attack, to beat somebody. I now remember that there is camera. Understand me? So now I'm not predicting revolution, and now I'm predicting also war. War. Because when there is tsunami, all those their private jets, because I watched one documentary, Oyibo say private jet is more than commercial airplane in Nigeria. So how can that country get money? Number one. Number two, those their private jet, they will not ride on it anymore because tsunami will destroy all of them. Those their cars and beautiful houses, it will scatter their gathering. Then another thing that will scatter their gathering is war. All of them will run because they are all cowards. When you talk about revolution, they must buy it. They go buy revolution. See, people cannot come together again. One, hunger don't make some people weak. They don't make Nigerians lean like say they want pass that door of no return for Ghana during slavery. Nigerians don't lean. People no get strength to fight. Now you go here say suicide. People they commit suicide for Nigeria. People they beg bread. They kill for bread for Nigeria. Nigerians will get pride. See how these people come to Nigeria. Okay, now look at just a Wike. They Abuja, they disturb in own city. Millions of people they suffer because of one person, because he no get 30 or 25% when supposed they get. The hub where they bring oil, where they feed the nation. The same thing, people want go put for Southern of Sokoto. That one gets sense. He withdraw. The same crisis when put for Kanu. But not the only people they put this thing. Now all the politicians they do this thing and they are all together.
Exactly.
They don't get they know
Wike they do for your own people.
Yes.
Everything they do to your own people for Rivers as well. Now
that's why they say
in the coming months, Rivers workers. Fubara will be telling them that because they no get money to pay them, they will have to manage.
Yes.
No salary,
yes.
No this, no that. Is that not what it's going to be like?
Now what's going to happen there? Then all you will be going and they are feeding other people. See now, Northerners are buying rice 160,000.
No joke.
You see, so a lot of things is happening that and Nigerians cannot come together. Even the hunger cannot bring Nigerians together. They don't add money for fuel yesterday.
And now
people still they buy. People still they buy.
If Nubu don't announce, say make all the oil marketers, NNPC, go they buy from Dangote. For how much? This is why we say people don't abandon petrol station.
Dangote is a very big problem to Nigeria. I said this thing before here. 2007, Dangote was made chairman task force Femeboda. He go there himself, they block people when they bring rice so that he will be sold sole distributor of rice everywhere in the country. So now, you see what in Dangote they do now. Dangote people, they pray, say, Dangote refinery will bring fuel down. See, Dangote want to frustrate all the marketers. So people will be coming to buy from him. Now he will not dictate the price like the way he was dictating with cement. That guy is a criminal. Oh. But that guy, this Dangote went to America where the last day of his brother, the day his brother died, he was so scared that look at my brother. If your money can bring my brother back, I will do it. Look at all the money cannot bring. That thing did not show that guy something. He's packing money. His best friend, debt did not show him something. He want to get all the money in the world, and he's
in competition with Tinubu right now. That one will be saying one won the whole world.
Tinubu in own self. How many years remain? How many years? And they are packing this money. I they predict tsunami with war. Anyone will go come, make it come together. Thank you so much, my.
God bless you, emoji. Enjoy your day, okay? Thank you very much. See, whatever go up, may kuku happen. That is what one of my friends told me. Go, Mayegun. Things have gone out of hand. Whatever will happen now, make kuku happen. Or yabo. The sky won't for me fall on top of everybody. This is too much. You don't understand. We are facing so much this. I said, really? Whatever will happen now, make it happen. No thanks to APC. Please remember, if you haven't really liked this broadcast, you should now. And also, remember, our backup channel is also streaming this. So if you want to go check it out, please go check it out, okay? Yeah. Here is another. Hello there.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Balagba. Ekujo meta Hafiz Balogun ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Yes, ọmọ Bale Balogun adafun baba.
How are you?
Whoa, baba. I'm not fine, no. I am not fine at all, baba. I lost my brother on Friday last week, so I'm grieving at the moment. I'm just at home. Baba, I'm using your program is helping me a lot. We talk about this on this platform. It's helping me recover a lot, so I'm just I'm going to be quick. I'm going to be quick because I need to go back to grieving. I want Mubegbe Obama àtọkọ àti àwọn fẹ́ gbé wọn ṣépè ní wọn ní kúrè níbi tán bá wà. Wọn ò ní kúrè níbi tán bá wà. Àwọn APN ọba they were advertising for the Chibok girls when they used the Chibok girls as a chip during the election. That they are doing this for Africa, doing that for Africa.
If anybody wants
to say
they don't care and all that, but there are some things that
them and all their celebrities were coming out, bring back our girls, be back. Those girls are still where they were. They are still there. They are still there up till now. So if people are thinking, Mayegun does not know what he's saying when he's talking about this American politician.
You know what I mean?
You understand what I'm saying? Our 13 follower, we know, Baba. We know that what you're saying is utmost true.
This APC didn't happen overnight. Okay?
It did not.
It did not. It was the total up against Nigeria then. And Jonathan was arrested. That they used in taking over Nigeria. Look at Nigeria.
Yes, but let us put the mathematics together. Let's do plus and minus. Look at Jonathan's period. Look at APC's period. You understand? The thing people don't understand is this: America is one of the worst countries on earth. Anywhere they go, and they are after your resources, your country will be left in doom. They will just leave it in crisis, in total ruin. Then everywhere, go and look, Venezuela, Haiti, everywhere. It's a pattern. It's the same pattern. Go to Iraq, Iran, Afghanistan, Libya. Go. The list is endless. The list is endless. And the thing is, people always forget so easily. They forget so easily. Obama, Baba. Obama Ushomo. Obayi Africa. You understand? He's one of the worst presidents or American president to undo African affairs because he did absolutely nothing. He brought ruin, carnage, and all matters of stuff. You understand, Baba? Let me leave other people to talk. It's amazing to be watching you at this time of the day, Baba.
It's really sorry,
You know, thank you very much. It's all right.
And stay
It's
strong,
all right, Baba. He was only 40 years old, and you know what Nigeria is like. They could not save his life. They couldn't save him. You know.
I'm so sorry,
but
Baba.
it is well.
Right?
It's well, Baba. Thank you very much, Michael.
Well.
Yes,
that's what we say.
It's what it
Stay
is.
Strong, eh?
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you very much, Michael. Thank you. Enjoy.
Wow. That's some scary stuff there, I have to admit. You see, I am somebody who believes that sometimes death is not final. That is why when we are alive, we should do our best to try and live. Nigeria is not a place that allows us to live. People are mostly existing in that place. You see them, they're just existing. They live their lives in fear, you know, of almost everything and all that. So that's what I mean. I just want to live so that when I am gone, death won't be final. When I go still remember my face, remember that I actually lived, okay, not just existed and all that. So our condolences to everybody who has lost their loved ones, no matter the circumstances, by the way. All right. Here is another call.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Amaewhule.
Yes, sir.
The General.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm fine. And concerning Fubara issue, the Fubara issue, I don't think that is not a problem to me, because this thing happened to Tinubu before now, where Obasanjo just stopped their money.
But it's not the
So
same.
when
That
Obasanjo,
of Tinubu is not the same as this one. That of Tinubu was a constitutional matter. Where Nigeria gets 774 local government, Lagos get 20 local government areas. And in their law, right, federal government has to pay allocation to 20 local government. But Tinubu created extra 37, making it 57. And asked Obasanjo to pay to that 57. And Obasanjo was like, no. Then he said, okay, don't worry, pay us the 20 local government, we'll share the money. Obasanjo said no. Then they went to court. Here you get. But this one is like a political battle between political family. Now the Rivers people are going to pay for it now.
but what I'm saying is, if Tinubu with 37 local government, illegal one, can use Lagos state money to fund them.
Yeah.
And Fubara state is the second richest state in Nigeria after Lagos.
It is.
I'm telling you.
Okay. Well,
Fubara, Lagos #1, River State #2. So what if Tinubu can survive with 37 illegal local government? You used all the local Lagos state money to fund them until Yaradua pay them or something. If Fubara just continue to do that, it's not new.
It shouldn't be a problem. Right.
No, it's not new. If we went in second state in Nigeria, the richest, Lagos 1, River 2. Well, it's not big deal. Use the tax money to fund your...
Releasing the state money. Now only local government didn't release. This judgment says they shouldn't pay them, local government, to state allocation or none. How do you think it's going to survive that? Because it's a little bit different.
State allocation also.
And now they say all the federal allocation to River State stopped by Central Bank.
No, that is not good.
It's extra, yeah. This one is like extra now. You see?
No, I don't know state allocation.
And the reason why they got the judgment is that because he did not submit the 2024 budget to this group of people. Here you get that.
But these people, they already decamped. They already decamped.
Any allocation to River State again.
These are decampees. This happened during fire. Those decampees, they went astray. What is all this?
Honestly, also. Pay now. Now, River people go suffer this whole thing now. If to see a local government money, like for example, they go to court and say, oh, they disputed this local government election, so local government allocation must not be paid. At least if he's still collecting his 13% derivation, collecting his monthly allocation, he can use his IGL to shore it up and
to survive. Yes.
But this one, they say all federal allocation, Central Bank must hold it. And if that should happen, Rivers will bankrupt in another 1 or 2 months.
But if there is crisis in River State, can Nigeria survive it?
I don't think so. And that's what we are about to find out.
River State, if there is crisis, all the oil magnate, all this oil, the kidnapping will resume immediately.
So,
Nigeria cannot survive it. Well, let them continue.
Somebody said that
I don't even want Nigeria to survive it. I don't want them to survive it. I need crisis from one place.
Somebody said judiciary will help destroy Nigeria finally. But it seems that is about to come to pass.
Amen. Because yes, the crisis must start from one state. And I'm happy it's not from Sokoto. Sokoto don't have value. In River State, the most important state.
Yep.
I want it to continue. I don't even want peace, so that we can go our way.
So, economic Nigeria will face economic crisis than what is currently facing, and I wait to see how that plays out, sir. I do.
No, Tinubu is intelligent too. When he notices danger, he will do so. I know he will do something.
Okay.
He knew Tinubu is very smart. He recognized the first state that if he erupts,
it's a place where Nigeria will actually feel it. Let's be honest.
Tinubu also knows he's an intelligent man.
We shall see.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You have a good one, sir. Okay. So you see, the issue with this allocation of a thing, why it cannot be really be compared to what happened during Obasanjo versus Tinubu time, is that it was the local government allocation that Obasanjo did not pay, and it was for 20 straight months. So that's like a 1 year, 8 months, until a court actually ruled that holding the allocation was illegal. Based on that, it is illegal. Number one, it is actually illegal for any federal government agency or so, central bank or Ministry of Finance or the federal government and all that to hold any allocation of any state. It's illegal. Because of that judgment from Lagos State. You can't, whatever is the issue, you can't hold the allocation of any state, ever. But with these current judges that they have in Nigeria, cash and carry, with the weakest judges, they will hold this allocation, and we'll see how that plays out. Because state allocation, 13% derivation formula, local government allocation. We are talking about 15, 20 billion or 25 or nearly 30 billion naira every month of allocation. When the entire states, what they are generating as their own IGR every month is not up to 20 billion naira. Wala mashele. Hello.
Hello.
Baba.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. I want some people to understand some things. You know, because I see a lot of comments online. These people, is it that they don't know what they are doing? They don't understand the consequences. These people are evil geniuses. Do you understand when it means someone is a genius but evil? They know exactly what they are doing. There's no mistake. The right word.
Instead of calling them smart, they are evil geniuses who can use a lot of tricks, right, to arrive at like a means to an end, so to say. Yeah.
So, you know, if you are hoping that something will change, this one will change, that country is hopeless. They've won. If you don't understand, they've almost won, because Fubara, this River State must be very, very important for them to play that trick, knowing that it did not work on them. You know, it shows that they are playing their last card. You might say, is Wike doing this or is Wike? It is Tinubu. It is Tinubu that is doing it. Wike is just the voice. They need that state. And if you think that, there's going to be revolution, there's going to be war, don't you see all those people fighting for bread, packing rice and indomie on the road? Do you think you say that you come on this platform is very easy for you because majority of us have internet access and we can get the daily dose of what is really going on? We can interpret it on my Goose platform and we can understand, even though we sometimes we even have to lift up the platforms for some days, but we are receiving this dosage every day or at least every week. Those people packing rice, they don't know anything is changing. They don't, even the senator situation, they don't know, Wike shouting at, they don't know this. And these people are the majority. Because the more people that are getting poor, the more this type of people, these zombies that we have in Nigeria. So they've won totally. There is no revolution, there's no war. I promise you, if people protest, if people do, you will see some people still come and you say, oh, they should go to Abuja, they will send talks to scatter the place. Any strategy you want to play, they already have counter ready for it. When somebody is stealing billions, do you think the person is not ready for you? So people don't understand. Everything is intentional. This thing that they are not giving the North electricity, do you think they don't know that, oh, the North will try something? They know and they are ready. There must be a reason why they are not allowing those people to have electricity. It is all a political play and strategy. There is no mistake because with the amount of money Nigeria has, these people can fix anything they want in that country.
Yes, they can.
Anything in less than a month. So anything that passes more than 3 days, it is intentional. There is no mistake. Imagine they are stealing billions and trillions. You self, put yourself in that position. Will you not be ready for anything? So you have to think, in order to beat these people, you must be ready to think like them and act like them. You cannot be saying, oh, that is not humane. Are they humane towards you? Are they humans too? Do they treat you like human? No. Why do you treat them like human? Why do you have to think like them? You have to put yourself in their position. They know what they are doing. Everything they do, they know what they are doing. Even this senator that is apologizing.
It's a coincidence. It's all intentional.
Nothing. Even this senator that is apologizing, his approach is a strategy. Everything is strategy to them. Everything. There's no apology. There's no, even Wike threatening them. Strategy. Everything is their strategy, is their life. They are just thieves. And thieves always have strategies, especially this kind of political thieves. So lose hope. It's not about having hope. Lose that hope. Accept reality. And let's move on from there. You know, we cannot be hoping and this thing. They will never release Nnamdi Kanu. They will never. Just forget it. Forget it. It's very unfortunate, but that's the reality. Put yourself in their position. Will you ever release him? Knowing that this guy will scatter everything that we have worked for. So, you know, either we find, either you are ready to face them or you just accept reality and we spread the truth out there. That is all we can do.
Time shall tell. So, talking about the access to information, you actually made a very valid point in that area, Baba. People can only react if massive number of them knows what is really going on every now and then, but they do not. They do not. For example, now, take a look at this no electricity in northern Nigeria. It was only about 3 or 4 days ago that the rest of the country began to know that something is amiss. But for the past 11 days, they've been in the dark, in darkness. Nobody said anything. Anyway, I'll take another one here. Thank you so much. We are gradually coming to the close of the chart this afternoon or this morning. I do have another caller. One name. Osita.
My only brother in the jungle.
Baba. One name. How are you today?
Great, my brother.
So you are up early again. I am able to keep some of you up early on.
I get up most of the times. I sit down to watch, but sometimes when I see something that triggers me, then I have to call.
That's when you pick up the phone and say, you know what, I'm going to say something to this. Thank you so much, Baba. Please.
Yeah. The reality of my calling is that, with all due respect, I respect him a lot, and I find out that he's an elderly person too. He's an elder brother.
Right.
But trying to ascribe that Tinubu is smart, is intelligent,
I think
do not
we
know
rather
where
use evil genius. Their genius
Yeah.
is not for the people, so to say.
I don't know where
Yeah.
we're-
Osita,
Are you intelligent by impoverishing poverty?
that's
Or
not
is it
intelligence.
intelligent at what we've done in Lagos in the past 20-something years that Lagos has any meaning? That is not intelligent.
No, that's not being smart as well.
That is not being smart. That is political wickedness. Wickedness and in the highest place, in the highest order. If you are intelligent, will you go and rig election? Will you go and buy election?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. If you cannot bring even your so-called enemies to the round table and convince them that this is what you can do for the people, that means you are not intelligent. It's just like a man who beats his wife and you say that the man is intelligent. No, you are not intelligent because you are expected to have a normal debate with your wife. You should be able to convince your wife that this is the program you have for the family. Then she will fall in line.
Conflict resolution. That the hardest and the toughest of them all will always sort of say, oh, I agreed with you.
You understand? So there is no intelligence in all these things. Everybody knows that what APC is trying to do in Nigeria, which I do not belong to anymore. I'm a Biafran.
Bless you.
What they are trying to do in Nigeria is that they want to make Nigeria a one-party
state.
State. That is the only thing they want to do in Nigeria so that you can do whatever you want to do. If Nnamdi Kanu tells them today that I want to stop the agitation, I want to become a member of APC now,
They will
everything
release him
is
tomorrow.
forgiven.
They will release him this evening.
They will release him just this minute. So there is no intelligence because when a criminal, the one that is a smooth criminal, the one that is a beautiful criminal, is the one that steals, you don't know that he's stealing. But for the fact that you are got caught, anytime you make a move, we catch you. Every time you make a move, we catch you. You are not intelligent.
Now it doesn't make you smart. No.
It doesn't make you smart. But let me come to Fubara. Let me tell you what is going to happen in that state. I'm not a soothsayer, but everybody who has been following Nigerian issue, you will know the next thing that will happen. The people in the river line, they will pick up ammunition, they will start blowing up everything.
Wow.
That is what is going to happen. And believe me, it will set in immediately after Christmas, after the new year. This whole thing is a new agenda. It will set in. People will think that, oh, it is Asari Dokubo that will going to do it. It's Tompolo that
been online anyway. So yeah.
Yeah.
As Abuja guy and their crew, right?
Yeah.
They themselves are probably warming up right now to see how this is going to play out.
I'm telling you, hunger will drive the people. The reason you make your society progressive, the reason you have your society become a progressive society is because you want, that's the only way you can tame corruption. That's the only way you can tame insecurity. That's the way you can tame anything that is negative. So that's the only way you can do
people. When you deprive them all of what should have been their own share of this whole thing, there will be repercussion, I believe.
There will be repercussion. It is not all about hunger the way we are thinking that because you buy a cup of garri for 5,000 naira. That is not what brings them out because some of them, they still have the money to buy. But by the time you block those places at which they see that money to still run their family, the reason they are not responding to hunger is that because they are still doing their normal businesses. Their normal businesses are still going. Why do you think in the Western world, at a time, they will have to give people tax break? They will have to tell you that they were sharing money. Why do you think they do that? The reason they are doing that, they will tell you that they are giving grants, is so that people can be busy.
And now, to ease up all the tightness, ease it up, or else.
Yeah. So when you now say that, oh, you are not going to give these people their money, you will find out that the river and the creek,
like you said, right? Like you said that this is not being smart. Is this okay? Now, back in the days when Obasanjo declared, you remember that time when Obasanjo declared state of emergency in Plateau State, he removed Joshua Dariye. Now, that is no longer possible anymore in Nigeria. By law, if you declare a state of emergency, the governor will remain. It's only the House of Assembly that will be closed. You get that now?
Yeah.
So if the problem is with Fubara, there is no way they can get rid of him anymore. If you try to say you want to impeach him, you will throw the entire state into a chaos. A chaos that also we still have to keep him. Yeah. So if they are thinking at all, if they are smart at all, they won't go this route. Because another thing is this: if they expect the River State people to go against Fubara for this judgment or for holding their money, now that's another misfire. Because the River State people will know that it's Wike. It's not because of Wike. They won't hate Fubara.
What he will do now, as the governor, you can't stop him. The whole oil companies in that state now, he will begin to tax them
find their exit plan.
He will begin to tax them heavily. At the end of the day, it is going to rigmarole on the adverse effect is going to be on Nigeria, not just River State.
Smart.
So
this move is
smart. There is no atom of smartness in what they are trying to do. I have always said it that Tinubu could be the last worst thing that will happen to Nigeria. I have my reason, because he is blowing up every sector gradual by gradual. But by the time all these sectors they catch fire, we will know that Nigeria is a zoo republic.
Unfortunate, man.
Thank you very much, my brother.
God bless you, Osita. Thanks so much for chipping in. Again, see, in all honesty, right? Politicians can be in Nigeria. They can be one-way traffic. Because it's a place where a lot of them believe they can do anything and get away with it. No repercussion, no consequences. We do it, and what's going to happen? What are you going to do? We are talking. We are the one taking this decision. It is whatever we ask. It's whatever we want to happen that will happen. And they have been doing a lot, and they have been getting away with it. You know that? Yeah, they have. But there's always going to be one of many that is now going to be the last stroke that is going to break the camel's back. I do not have any projection or prediction to how this is going to play out eventually. I just know that the rivers of trouble is about to spill over to the rest of Nigeria. A lot of them knows they do. And that is why somehow, when they realize that this whole thing may bring about a paradigm shift, they can soft pedal. But with what I have seen with Wike in the last few weeks, the way all his utterances, I feel like these guys are living in a different world of their own. They kind of believe that people are already conquered. It's not this one where me and you, they do. I just talk. To them, people have already been conquered. There's nobody that can save them they can save the people from them. They can do and undo. They can get away without any consequences. That's the way I have seen it. And I probably hope I'll be proven wrong at the end of the day. I hope. Let me take this. Hello there. Did I
Yeah, hello.
Okay, I think I did. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How are you, sir?
So I'm doing fine. So I'm just calling to rant this morning.
Then you are welcome to our club, please.
Okay. So I'm always pissed off when people blame Obama, they blame everybody else for their own actions. Now, everybody blames Obama for APC. When they were casting their vote.
Some of you get it wrong, Osagben, before you rant, okay? This is not a blame.
Okay.
It's just like stating the fact of what led to what. Sure, you get. We all know that.
No, it's not about what led to what. As anybody blaming Obama actually blamed himself for casting his or her own vote. Did Obama come and vote?
No, he
so,
didn't.
Number one, you have to look at yourself. Did you vote or did you not vote? You don't need Obama to tell you to vote for Buhari. Everybody knew what Buhari was. So if people had done their research, they would have known the type of person Buhari was. But they still went ahead and voted for him. 8 years later, they are blaming Obama. So this is not just about Obama, it's a Nigerian thing. We dodge accountability. We always want to blame somebody else. It's the same reason we blame Britain. Britain that left in 1960 for everything that's happening to Nigeria today. Are you going to blame Britain for the former minister of power that collected money that was supposed to build power plant in the north, but did not build it?
And just use
Is that
to buy
British
properties
fault?
for himself.
Exactly. Is that Britain's fault? Is it Britain's fault that Fubara and Wike are fighting?
No.
Is it Britain's fault that the judge is, all these judiciary people are just giving nonsense judgment? Is that Britain's fault? Every time we keep blaming other people for our own fault. And I think that's why I just to rant about that. So I'm not saying Obama didn't have any blame. For me, I'm not going to blame Obama, partly because Obama is not president of Nigeria. No. Obama is president of America. His job is to act in the best interest of America. And when people realize that, when people understand that, they will know that the job of the president of America is to serve America's interest. It is not to serve any African interest. But people don't know that. It's the same way people are blaming Dangote for high fuel prices. Dangote is a private businessman. He can bloody well do whatever he wants.
Right.
If you have a problem with fuel, face the Minister of Petroleum. Dangote is not your problem. Exactly. So that's kind of like
nice one. Well, I kind of, we take that in. And thank you so much, okay, for adding your voice as well. Baba, you have a good one, okay?
You're very welcome.
Yes.
All right.
Nice one. So, indeed, there are those who believe that we love to pass the blame, even though my way of pointing that out earlier was not even to blame them at all. No. Mine was just to kind of say their role. It was deeper than just pushing for the American interest. Maybe the American interest was to help destroy Nigeria. It was at the forefront of it. David Axelrod, that's the name of that guy, who happened to be the campaign also manager for Obama's change back then in, I think it was in 2008 or so, was it? Right? So he came to Nigeria, they ran and what do you call the psyop operation in Nigeria, the whole propaganda, the media, the text messages and all of that, which then was banked upon by the APC, Egbekebe, who are now terrorizing Nigeria. But it makes sense to say, the whole state capture that started back then started from the person who was supposed to conduct the election. That was Jega. The Jega at the time, or should we say also, that's also part of the weakness of Jolantan himself. As a government, you are supposed to have intelligence people to gather so much intelligence for you. He could have arrested Bukwari. He could have arrested some of these criminals who were plotting against Nigeria at the time, but it was too weak. Maybe he was so afraid of America as well. I have read a lot about all that happened, and I happen to be alive to witness it all when they happened, right? Some said that Jonathan should have arrested Bukwari and some of these guys, because what they did against Nigeria, what they were doing against Nigeria was pure treason, treasonable felony against the country. But it was too weak on his own part. So, he actually built on you. My ambition is nobody's blood is worth of my ambition. That's what he said. But guess what? Because of Bukwari's ambition, in 2011, when Bukwari lost the election to Jonathan, guess what happened? Over 800 people were killed, including 11 youth coppers by Bukwari's CPC terrorists in northern Nigeria. 847 people were killed because Bukwari lost election. It was a carnage. I think that's what scared Jolantan in 2015, that he said, with all this gang up, with all this plot, these guys were ready to kind of burn Nigeria down if I stayed. So he allowed the rigging to take place. He knew that it was rigged out like pure one. but the person that coordinated it happened to be the man he appointed himself. Atahiru Jega. Today, Atahiru Jega is now in charge of the livestock ministry. He's not a minister, but he's the one that they said helped them to put idea together so that they could give the Fulani terrorists a livestock ministry. And they were screening all their ministers today, though, including Bianca Ojukwu. If you dig deeper into what Nigeria is, that's why we said that there is no way they will explain Nigeria to you that you will not really get angry. Seriously, you will get angry. Or if they explain Nigeria to you and you are not mad, they don't explain them better. They don't explain anything to you. They just probably just lie to you. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we've had a very wonderful afternoon or morning in some places. I am going to go get ready for the evening. Tonight, we are going to touch on the phone call that Joe Biden made to Tifnumbu to thank him for releasing the Binance guy back to America. And he also commiserated with Nigeria over the flooding that took place in Nigeria, especially in Maiduguri, and other stuff too. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon with me or morning with me. I am going to see you later this night. Enjoy the rest of your day as you prepare for the evening as well, okay? So there is going to be a replay from last night coming up next. Good afternoon.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gbà rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Mayegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Mayegun àní ẹ̀ súnraki.
Máyégún ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnraki.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀, Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́, ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà. Àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o, ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnraki. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.